Well, it's been a little bit, but you all know what time it is. It is time to go back into the free game collection. And for those of you who have never heard of the free game collection before, it is basically a collection that I've been creating where I try not to spend any extra money, just trying to spend basically whatever I can get from free listings online, selling those, and then putting that money back into the collection. This is the 7th episode, and I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's get into it. Alright, we just donated a crap ton of stuff out back to the Savers over here, and we're going to see if there's any games inside. I just got a coupon. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of extra stuff off. Savers is getting kind of weird recently where their prices are starting to actually go up to like retail prices, which kind of defeats the purpose of this whole like thrifting thing, I guess. But I do have a coupon, so hopefully that could offset something. Maybe we can find a few good things in there. I know we got like 20 or so bucks to work with, so we'll see if we can pull out some good gems from the Savers. Okay, I'm getting some really good luck at the Savers right now. Let's see if we can make something happen. I gotta find some prices. These 2 Star Wars games right there. Yeah. Oh, the one next to it. There you go. Okay, so all the games were basically priced as to, you know, what they would be going for retail, which is the bad part about Savers. But I felt like with this good of a crop, I had to get a good one. So I did pick one up. All right, so I had to run back out to my car to grab a coupon, but we were able to score True Crime Streets of LA. Out of all the games that were there, first off, it was like the only GameCube game out of all that I've never like actually tried before. So I figured it would be a fun one to pick up, just so I can actually, excuse me, just put you back in the holder. There you go. Just so I had, you know, as much as it is nice to be like, oh, look, I got this game again. It is nice to try out some of these games too. So this will be fun. True Crime Streets of LA. With the coupon, we got it for a little bit over $9, which means we're going to be taking $9 off of the total. Honestly, when you get that many GameCube games in a Savers, you gotta, you know, kind of just gotta roll with it. You gotta go with at least one. Felt like weird, like walking away without picking up one of those games. So if I had to pick one of them, it was gonna be True Crime, and we're gonna try it out. Hopefully it's a fun game. Alrighty, folks, we are out here in Pennsylvania, and you know, whenever I'm in the state visiting the in-laws, we gotta go thrifting. They do live near some pretty great thrift stores. We're gonna see what we can get here. They also have a little outlet area that usually I can find some cheap games in, if, you know, by like the pound. So we'll see how we're able to do. All right, part 1 of Care and Share picked up one game for about 50, 60 cents, somewhere in there. We're about to do part 2. Let's see if we can find something good. Just these 2.
124.
Cool. All right, so we ended up getting some good stuff here, and I'm not going to put my seatbelt on. Instead, I'm going to show you everything that we grabbed while I get the camera in the right spot. It's a hot one out here. It's hot in Pennsylvania nowadays. So we ended up picking up 4 things. Actually, this is a CD, and that's for somebody else. So that doesn't really count. And this isn't a video game. This is Shrek 3D. And I thought this was the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I've never seen it before, and I got it for like a few pennies. So I just put it over there. But we are going to be adding 2 games to the collection, and they're both literally under $1. So this is perfect. The first one is Backyard Soccer 2004, and if anybody knows me in real life, you know that I'm a huge backyard sports fan. These are the games that I grew up on, and I know I'm not like huge into collecting PC nowadays, but I always gotta pick one of these up when I find them. I like to rip the files, make sure I get them on a hard drive somewhere in case they ever go extinct. Either way, I did want to get Backyard Sports into the collection because I believe this was $1.09 and 55 cents off. Means that I think I got it for a little bit under 60 cents, which is great. And this one, we got $1.24, so that's 120, so about 60 cents as well. We picked up UFC 2009 Undisputed, which I had 2010 growing up with Brock Lesnar on the cover. I never checked the condition. It's okay. It's an okay condition game, but literally for 60 cents to get a full-blown game, I said, hey, why not? This might be a game that we can flip in the long run once we start running out of space. Either way, I'm going to turn my car on. Get that AC pumping, get the window down, and we're going to head to one more stop. So a pretty solid selection here today. Don't know how much games actually are, but we will find out. Just gonna kind of cycle through the ones that I did find to see if there's any winners. So I'm gonna put these 4 back. I already put 1 back. COD 4 is in this and not Black Ops 2. So I'm just gonna do these, and these guys are either super scratched up or actually not even worth the try. So we're gonna see how much these 3 games are worth up at the front, since I can't find any prices anywhere. All right, good news. I just found actually a second shelf, so we're gonna go take a look at that guy, and I did see some games over there. So let's see what we can find. Just opened up SmackDown vs. Raw. I don't know if you can see it. The game is it's not in great shape. I can tell you that much. May not be worth the $3, so I'll just have to put him back. Unfortunately, that one hurts the most. Another empty case and another empty case. All right, well, we got so close. Overall, not a bad rake-in of games. Picked up 4 games. Looks like they're gonna be $3.99 a piece. So, or $2.99 a piece rather. That makes it even better. Means we definitely have room in the budget. All of these are totally worth it. 110%. Alrighty, folks, we made it out in heck of great shape. It turns out that Rock Band game was gonna be like $7, which is super not worth it. I just thought it was going to be free, and I was like, oh, cool, that's a fun little ad, but no. So we're not going to go with that one. Instead, we are just going to hit these 3 games here for a night, actually rounded up. So it's going to be $10 for 3. We picked up another copy of Just Dance 2014. I actually don't know if we have this one in the collection or not. I just know I have a Just Dance in there. But all Just Dance games are starting to be worth something nowadays, just for the nostalgia factor. Plus, they all still work, which is pretty cool. And you know I love wrestling games. Unfortunately, SVR OG had a terrible disc, but this guy right here is still good to go. WWE 2K15 is another good pickup. Actually, this was a terrible game on the Xbox One. On 360, it was just 2K14 reskinned. which is fine. Then we picked up Cabela's because I just like PS2 games. I don't get to find as many in the wild anymore. Let's head to the next stop. We got a little bit more time before dinner, so let's see what we can pick up. All right, everybody, we're back, and as you can see from the shirt change, it's actually been a few days. Life gets super busy around here, so thankfully I found like 10 minutes to sit down in the car, show you what we were able to get. I mean, you guys saw mostly everything. I ended up taking one more stop the next day with the missus to go check out some thrift stores because we're doing some thriftmas stuff this time of year. And I did pick up one more game, and that was Disney Princess My Fairy Tale Adventure for the Wii. And I was recently just watching a video, found out this guy's actually like low-key a winner. I picked it up for $3. This is like a 15-ish, $13 to $15 game right now. Needless to say, play whatever you want to play. Totally up to you. I think that's the beautiful part about games. However, I don't foresee myself playing this game anytime soon. Therefore, I know it's a little ripped over here, just super annoying, but I'm gonna try to recase it, gonna try to neaten this guy up a bit, and we're gonna throw him up on eBay or Mercari, see if we can get some money for the fun. But I am excited for this find though.
And that is going to do it for episode 7 here of the free game collection. I do want to apologize, as unfortunately my laptop pooped the bed about a month or so ago, and we're finally able to get it running. We had to reboot Windows on it, and now it's good to go. But I did lose all of my project files, and that's not fun to rebuild all of that. So I had to rebuild all of that before we could get to this episode. So, just a quick recap, this is the amount of games that we currently have in the collection, and this is the amount of money that we have left to spend. And then, of course, the big number, I'm gonna lean over here, bada boom, that is how much our collection is valued at. That's how much we think it's all worth, and it's a pretty cool number if I do say so myself. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully these are going to be back on a more routine schedule now that my laptop is back up and running and ready to go. So, hey, stay tuned. Get ready for the next one. See you guys.